time to watch more The Summer Hikaru Died. I've been really enjoying this anime. It's amazing. It's exactly what I like. I love this type of horror, and the themes that they're exploring are really compelling to me. Just the concept of humanity and human relationships, as well as loss, coping with grief. I find that all fascinating. It's the kind of stuff that makes me both think and feel, and that's the best I can hope for when I watch media. The previous episode ended on a good note. There's a spark of hope there present, and I'm afraid to hope because I feel like as soon as I do, it's gonna get ripped away. But it did seem positive for the time being. I feel like the main conflict here is that the hunter guy is gonna try to kill Hikaru because Yoshiki seems to be accepting the new Hikaru into his life. In the beginning, I was convinced that the only way for his emotional turmoil to calm down and be resolved, and the only way for him to get over that, and the only way for him to heal would be to move on from Hikaru, to leave this new Hikaru behind and accept his death in a way that he would consider him fully dead, and either this creature too would be dead to him or he would just separate it completely and feel nothing for it or something like that. But thankfully that seems to be not going in that direction. It's almost like he is accepting that his friend is gone, but he's also realizing that his lover now is there. It's a new dynamic, a new relationship. In a way, it is a new person because they treat you differently and you treat them differently. So I think you can accept Hikaru being dead and embrace this new person and love him for him. I think that's actually the ideal scenario. But again, there's this looming threat of that organization that is trying to hunt Hikaru down, and I have really bad feeling about it. It's just so frustrating. You feel like there are so many reasons it might not be working out, but then most of them get overcome and you get this hope and you think maybe it will be alright, but then this annoying thing that shouldn't even be happening just ruins everything. And I say shouldn't be happening because I still have this belief that Hikaru can be harmless and good as long as Yoshiki guides him and teaches him how to be a good person. But I don't know, because it's a good old argument of nature versus nurture. What is more prevalent? What would be the stronger motivator? I feel like those are things that constantly in flux. It also varies person to person. You can't really know which side is gonna overpower the other, so it's really tricky. It's clear that in this creature's nature it is to kill, at least for self-preservation, but he manages to control it for the sake of Yoshiki that he loves. So this acquired love that he got through the real Hikaru, who passed it as his last wish, plus Yoshiki's guidance, those are more of a nurture aspect, and it's hard to tell what is gonna win. So can you really trust a person like that then? But if you say you cannot trust them, it would kind of be admitting that you consider people who's done something wrong or bad irredeemable, or people who have bad violent urges, again, you consider them a hopeless case, like there's no way that they can learn to control themselves and be good. I feel like Hikaru can be good personally, but while Yoshiki is clearly willing to take that chance, is that fair to expect everyone else to take that chance with him? Because Hikaru is a potential threat not just to him. If anything, he is not a threat to him. Like, he is the safest of them all, as we've seen, because even when Hikaru tried to consume Yoshiki for rejecting him, he stopped himself, he just couldn't do it. So, but there's still that possibility that he was the one who killed that old lady. I don't know, I'm still kind of in denial about it, but it is very possible that he was the one. In that case, he is definitely a threat, but it did happen in the beginning, so you can say that he's changed since then and he will never do it again. But again, people should not be required to extend that trust the way that Yoshiki did. That was within Yoshiki's right, but it's not his right to make the choice for others. But I think it's also not fair to just straight on kill Hikaru. But clearly that organization and the villagers, they don't really see those creatures as people, and for understandable reasons, because so far they have not been behaving in human ways. Actually, I don't know, loneliness and this urge to bond with others, that is very much human. So you could say that they have been behaving in human ways, but they have showed no sympathy, no empathy for people, and no regard for their safety and what they're comfortable with, and just they harmed people. They have that intention to harm people, and only the ritual has been stopping them, as well as those weird shriveled headstones that are supposed to protect you. There's clearly a danger there. It might not be a malicious intent, but the result is still the same, and again, it's within their nature. So it's understandable why people are afraid of them, and I guess in a way want to exterminate them. In their head, it's impossible to coexist. It's either you die to them or you kill them. But Hikaru is like an exception now. I know this is my wishful thinking, but I would like him to show them that it's possible, and for it to plant a seed of doubt, and maybe that hunter would take pity on Hikaru, let him go, let him be happy with Yoshiki. I don't think it's gonna happen. That is definitely me being in denial. Speaking of that hunter, and I really need to learn his name. I think it was Tanaka? I don't know. Hopefully they will say it again, and I will try to memorize it. I did remember the name of that woman that met with Yoshiki in a cafe. I think it was Kuribayashi. That's my guess. I actually want to say something about both of them. As I was editing that part where Kuribayashi was telling Yoshiki about her husband giving their child a wound that will never heal, that made me think, could the hunter be her son because he has that scar on his neck? Maybe that's the wound that his father gave him, because they were so close as a father and a son. Maybe they mixed through that in a way. Also, I had this weird thought about Kuribayashi, and I don't think it's right actually, but it's just like a weird tin head foil theory that she was the one who sent that wig spirit to Yoshiki's house, because I thought that maybe that creature at the train tracks was the wig spirit. I think now that she just exorcised it and it probably died or something like that. I don't know why she has that sort of power, but I think that was the idea, and it was a different thing. And the wig spirit was just a spirit that got attracted to Yoshiki because of Hikaru being close to him, and because he's nice, as Hikaru put it. But I had this crazy theory that Kuribayashi sent that spirit so it would possess Yoshiki, and with Yoshiki's hands would kill Hikaru, and that's why it wasn't hurting anyone in Yoshiki's house, not his sister, not his mother, not him. It was just waiting for its chance to like latch onto him in the exact moment when he's with Hikaru, so it could try to kill him. Crazy theory. It would have been kind of interesting, but anyway, I think I've been babbling on for long enough. It's time to watch. My mouth is actually dry. Oh my god. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Mukbang. She's quite nosy. Oh. Uncanny resemblance, huh? Well, is it just the appearance that they share? If so, then no, it's like twins. Different people. It's like the ship of Theseus. There's more than to there's more to a person than just what we see. But in case of this Hikaru, of course, he also has the personality, memories, but he's not quite the same. I think it's all of those things combined. I think the trickiest part here, and the one that gives death away in a way, is that from the perspective of that person, if you respect their point of view, they're gone. Like that world, that person is gone. To them, they're not experiencing life anymore, and they're not really with you. And if you believe in the afterlife, then you might say that they still exist somewhere, but not with you. I think that's like a mental block there. Because from your own personal experience, from your perspective, if the person looks, behaves, thinks, feels the same, that they might as well be the same. But from their perspective, they're gone. But this Hikaru, like I said, he is clearly in some ways different. So I thought that Yoshiki understood that and kind of accepted him as a new person, but I guess he's still struggling with it, which is understandable. Thank you, intro, for letting me speak about this and not over the anime. Also, sorry if I speak over the anime a lot. I do read the subtitles. Oh my god, what is wrong with him? Is he just tired? Has he been sleeping bad? Oh my god. Just take a shower. God, I hope nothing bad is gonna happen. Oh, I was hoping that Yoshiki would be more... I don't know. Wait, he's smiling! Yes, he's not as depressed as he used to be. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't act suspicious. Mm. Um... Oh my god. The agony. Okay, that made my heart stop for a second. Bossy. Is he gonna find something weird there? Oh no. Just a memory now. Uh-oh. I love corn on the cob. Is it about the ritual? Maybe the way that it's supposed to be done? Aw. Happy times, not gonna last. Damn, what a waste. Go together. Oh, I'm scared. Feel like something's gonna happen. Oh, she's using that, the gift he got her. That's so cute. Oh my god. Is she hitting on him? Barking the wrong tree. Oh my god, it's much worse. It's so much worse. I wish she was hitting on him. Why would you confront him alone like this if you suspect that he's dangerous? Oh my god. No, they're showing her flashbacks. She's gone. But killing her would destroy their friend group. Would he really do it? But again, I don't think he thinks about consequences much. Huh. Yeah, so some people have that sense for those things. But why do they return? To be alone and suffer? Also, why can't they befriend each other? That's such a cool way to visualize it. Just sensing a presence. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, that made me shiver. Yeah, that's really interesting. It definitely proves that they're not all bad. So, I was saying about how it's in their nature to harm, but I guess not. I also didn't really see them as spirits of people who died. I thought they were entirely different creature. Oh, don't freak out. She accepts you. Or can. Oh my god, he's gonna consume her. Oh no. Mm, um. Yeah. Oh my god. He needs to be taught human morals. Yes, you do. You're alive. It's not even true. Yeah, but that still means that he should understand the difference between life and death. Yeah, it can be said about others too. Yes. Mm. Oh my god. Finally, the truth. Oh no, he looks guilty. Ah. Ah. He sees him as a monster. Ugh. Is she pretending? Oh. She's very observant. Mhm. No! I mean, I get it, but sad. Mm. Depression blanket. Mm. He has this urge to consume souls. Love is a complicated thing, even if you're not a monster. Oh, he didn't abandon him. That's nice. It's nice that even when they have conflicts, even when they argue, even when they're at odds, in the end they still come together. They still don't give up on each other. I think that's beautiful. Hikaru's thought patterns kind of scare me in a way. On one hand, it might be good if it goes in a direction where he learns the value of human life, but on the other hand, him questioning if him not wanting Yoshiki to die is his opinion or Hikaru's wish, that is dangerous, because it does appear that that might be the case, because the original Hikaru's dying wish was for Yoshiki to be protected, to not be alone. And now this creature that took over his body is carrying out that wish. But him not understanding the value of human life, of other humans, kind of indicates that maybe it's only because of the original Hikaru that he cares about that particular life, but in general he just doesn't get it. So it's like this instinct that is embedded in him, and I'm kind of worried that as he develops more and more, he might actually start separating those wishes and feelings of the original Hikaru and no longer respecting them, and maybe his own opinions will rise above that and consume that part, and he would evolve and manifest into a creature that is selfish and doesn't value human life, does whatever he wants, what's best for his advantage without thinking about others. That worries me. There's definitely a big chance of that happening if Yoshiki abandons Hikaru, but it's nice to see that he still is in his corner. He's still fighting for him. He still clearly cares, and as long as he does, I think he can channel him in a positive way. He can guide him in a positive direction. But even when he teaches him to value human life, would it just be something that you just accept as a rule without really understanding it, without really feeling it? Maybe this new Hikaru can actually come to understand that value instead of just accepting it as the truth because Yoshiki tells him that. Maybe through those feelings he has for Yoshiki, maybe through that unwillingness to part with him, through that caring, through that wish to keep him alive, he can eventually grasp the value of human life in general. Again, it worries me that he already cannot grasp it, because usually when you can relate to something that helps you experience empathy, Hikaru not wanting Yoshiki to die should help him understand that life does matter. And yet, as Yoshiki stated, and as I observed as well, he was contradicting himself. So again, it makes me think that it's just that original feelings clashing with this creature's beliefs and opinions, and I'm afraid that they're never gonna be one, and I'm afraid that this creature is not even capable of having that care for human life, for any life in general. That's not Yoshiki's, because that part is like forcefully programmed into it, but everything else is just different, and there's no capacity left for feeling any different about life. It's impossible to really learn it in a way that you adapt it, but you can only learn it as a fact that you either accept or reject. And if it's just information, then you can always change your mind about it. but at the same time, even if it is something that you truly feel and experience, feelings and experiences can change as well. So it is tricky with humans too. It's not only tricky with other creatures. So it is interesting. I feel like it's still an exploration of humanity through this inhuman creature. Another interesting part was that that girl believes that those creatures are souls of people that died and then came back. Is that how it is actually for all those creatures dwelling in the mountains, or are there like a separate species after all, but then there are also ghosts, and maybe she's mistaken Hikaru for a ghost while he's actually something else entirely? I don't know. I definitely need more information about that, but I'm glad that she didn't die. Phew, but she would have if Yoshiki wasn't there. That was really lucky. So it really worries me if something happens with Hikaru, like makes him anxious, pushed into the corner, scared, and Yoshiki is not there to interrupt it. He might really do something bad that cannot be undone. Also, I think it's pretty much confirmed that he did kill that old lady. I was hoping, I was denying it till the bitter end. I didn't want to accept it, but even though he didn't explicitly confirm it, the guilty expression on his face told me everything, and it told everything to Yoshiki as well. So yeah, he did kill her. That is already something that cannot be undone, but you can say that it was a horrible mistake. I don't like referring to taking a human life as a mistake, but it was a horrible deed that he's committed. But at that point, he was still like a newborn creature learning to live as a human, and not really understanding human laws or morals or ethics. And now that Yoshiki is explaining them to him, this creature actually has a choice to either fit in, adapt, and behave as a human should, or reject it and therefore be treated as not a person and possibly antagonized and harmed and killed. And I hope that Hikaru chooses to be human, to assimilate properly, to behave like one, and not harm others. I think now that he has enough knowledge about it all, he can actually either redeem himself or condemn himself completely. But again, he's still like this newborn thing in a teenage boy body. There is no maturity there in any way, shape, or form. So it's really hard. And his teacher is also a teenage boy. So again, it's gonna be very tricky, especially with like all those opposing forces with that organization, with the villagers. They might confront him before he's ready to behave like a proper human, and it might lead to something horrific happening. I think that at this point they would attack him and try to kill him, even if he does fully behave as a human and doesn't want to harm anyone. That's the scary part too. I can talk about this all day, but I don't have all the time in the world, so I'm gonna watch the next episode. I really hope that I get enough time to actually binge all 4 episodes that I have prepared, but we'll see. Okay, I really enjoyed this episode and I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe leave a comment. Thank you for watching, but for now, bye.